The subway car rattled, fluorescent lights flickering as I rummaged through my tote for my keys. My fingers brushed something cold and smooth, a white plastic disc with an Apple logo, an AirTag. I'd never owned one. My throat tightened as I turned it over, the metal back gleaming under the sickly light. Maybe it fell out of someone's bag. But when I tapped my phone to it, the screen lit up. This item has been moving with you for 3 days. 3 days. 3 days of subway rides, coffee shops, my walk-up apartment. 3 days of someone knowing exactly where I was. The train screeched to a stop. I stumbled onto the platform, clutching the AirTag like a live wire. My reflection in the station tiles looked fractured, distorted. I opened the Find My app, hands trembling. A map zoomed in. The signal pulsed inside my building. And now, my legs moved on autopilot up the stairs, past the bodega where Mrs. Chen waved from behind bulletproof glass. The app led me to the dumpster alley behind my apartment. A notification blinked. You are currently with this item. But the alley was empty. That night, I wedged a chair under the doorknob and stared at the AirTag on my kitchen table. It hummed faintly, or maybe that was the fridge. Sleep came in jagged bursts. I dreamt of footsteps syncing with mine, of shadows peeling off walls. By dawn, I'd convinced myself it was a mistake, a prank. I dropped the AirTag into a UPS box across town, watching the truck drive away. Relief tasted metallic. It was back in my bag by evening. You're being paranoid, my coworker Jess said the next day, scrolling through her phone as we waited for Lats. Just throw it in the river. But the app showed the owner's message now. Lost item. Contact this number. Below it, a local area code. I texted "Found your AirTag" before I could rethink. The reply was instant: keep it. You'll need it. Rain sheeted down as I sprinted to the subway, the AirTag burning a hole in my pocket. A man in a black hoodie stood too close on the escalator. I counted stops. 10th, 43rd. 40 cent, but his reflection stayed glued to mine the train windows. At 59th, he vanished. My phone buzzed a new location ping. The AirTag was leading me to a parking garage 6 blocks north. I shouldn't have gone, but curiosity is a grenade pin. The garage was a concrete wound, half collapsed, reeking of urine and rust. My flashlight beam shook as I climbed to the 3rd level. There, duct taped to a pillar, was a manila envelope. Inside, of photos, me exiting the subway, me buying groceries, me asleep, my bedroom window a glowing square in the dark. Underneath, a handwritten note: you noticed faster than the others. The screech of tires a code below. I ran, sneakers slapping concrete, until I crashed into a cop car idling on 5th Avenue. The officers humored me. Check the envelope, the AirTag, the texts, stalker stuff. One muttered, radioing for backup. They escorted me home, took a report. I triple locked the door, shoved the AirTag into a blender, and pulverized it. For a wee thing, no hooded figures, no envelopes. Just the usual rhythm of keys, coffee, crowded trains. Then this morning my phone buzzed. A notification. It started with a beep. Sharp digital chirp that cut through the silence of my car like a knife. I'd just gotten back from the grocery store, unloading bags onto my kitchen counter when I heard it again. Not my phone, not my keys. I followed the sound to the bottom of my tote, fingers brushing something cold and smooth. An Apple AirTag. White, pristine with a scratched-off serial number. I froze. It wasn't mine. I told myself it was a mistake. Maybe someone dropped it in the store, and it slipped into my bag. But when I opened the Find map, the map spun to a location 2 miles away, an abandoned industrial park on the edge of town. My throat tightened. I'd driven past that area earlier. The AirTag had been tracking me for hours. That night I tucked it into a drawer, burying it under old receipts. But sleep wouldn't come. Every creak of the apartment felt deliberate. Every shadow in the hallway stretched too long. At 3 a.m., I dragged the AirTag to the parking lot and crushed it under my heel. The shattered plastic glinted in the streetlight. Relief lasted until morning. Another beep. Another AirTag, this time wedged between my windshield wipers. My hands shook as I pried it free. Same model. Same eerie silence when I screamed, "Who's doing this?" At the empty lot. The app showed the same industrial park. I called the police. The officer sighed, "Without evidence. There's not much we can do, maybe a prank. But pranks don't leave Polaroids." I found the first one taped to my door after work. Grainy shot of me loading groceries into my car, timestamped 3 days prior. The second was slipped under my windshield wiper. Me asleep on my couch, blinds half open. My reflection stared back from the blackened window in the photo, but behind me, barely visible, a shadow blurred the edge of the frame. A silhouette, tall and unnervingly still. I stopped sleeping, stopped opening blinds. Bought curtains, then cameras, then a taser. Friends joked about paranoia until I showed them the photos. Their laughter died. You should stay with someone, they urged. But whoever this was knew my routines. My gym schedule, my coffee orders. The way I hummed Taylor Swift in the checkout line. Trusting anyone felt like a risk. The third AirTag came in the mail. No return address, just my name scrawled in block letters. Inside a note, "You're getting warmer." The map led to the industrial park again, but this time the pin pulsed in real time. Someone was waiting there, right now. I shouldn't have gone. But the fear had curdled into rage, and I drove with my taser in my lap, cameras rolling on my phone. The warehouse loomed, its windows shattered like jagged teeth. Gravel crunched under my shoes as I followed the app's arrow to a rusted door. Inside, the air reeked of mildew and gasoline. My flashlight beam caught something glinting on the floor. A trail of AirTags, dozens of them, leading to a desk piled with photos. Me at the gas station, me laughing with coworkers. Me crying in my car after the first beep. A floorboard creaked behind me. I spun, taser raised, but the beam found nothing. Just echoes. Then a laugh, rasping low, close enough to feel breath on my neck. I ran, keys jangling, heart slamming, until I skidded into the sunlight. The police found nothing. No tattoos. Just my phone footage glitching static. They said stress could make you imagine things. I almost believed it. Until this morning, when I opened my laptop to edit the footage. There, in the corner of the screen, a notification AirTag detected near you. The map spun again, not the industrial park this time, my living room. I followed the ping to the one place I hadn't checked. The hole I'd punched in the drywall last week, hiding the first shattered tracker. Inside the wall, wedged between studs, a tiny red light blinked, not an AirTag, a camera. And beside it, a handwritten list, every password I'd typed, every site I'd visited, every self-doubt I'd confessed to my journal. Now I'm packing. Clothes, cash, a burner phone. They're still out there, still watching, still feeding on every panicked click and paranoid glance. The police say I'll never find them. But tonight, as I stuff the last box, my doorbell rings. On the step, another AirTag. The map, a model 200 miles north, the one I booked an hour ago. The app refreshes. A new message pops. Can't wait to see the new place. It started with a metallic glint in my grocery bag, nestled between avocados and a receipt. An Apple AirTag, sleek and cold, blinking like a tiny cyclops. I froze in the parking garage, the fluorescent lights above flickering as I turned it over. No initials, no stickers, just a generic white disc that didn't belong to me. My thumb grazed the speaker grill, and I flinched when it emitted a high-pitched chirp, as if it were alive. Probably fell off someone's keys, I muttered, dropping it into my coat pocket. But halfway home, my phone buzzed with a notification. AirTag detected near you. The map showed its journey, my journey. From the store to the highway, updating in real time. Someone was watching. Rain smeared the windshield as I pulled into my apartment complex, glancing at the rearview mirror. A black SUV idled at the intersection, headlights off. Paranoia prickled my neck. I sprinted upstairs, deadbolted the door, and Googled how to disable the AirTag. The instructions said to remove the battery, but when I pried it open, the circuit board was scorched, the lithium cell swollen and leaking. Acid burned my fingertips. I hurled it into the sink, heart slamming, and scrubbed my hands until they raw. That's when my phone buzzed again. AirTag detected near you. But the tracker was dead in the sink. I didn't sleep. Every creak of the building became footsteps. Every car passing below was the SUV. At dawn, I drove to the police station, but the officer shrugged. No crime until something happens. Her tone dripped with boredom. Maybe it's a prank. I left feeling foolish until I spotted the SUV parked across the street, engine running. The windows were tinted, but I swear I saw a silhouette lift a phone, aiming it at me. I swerved into traffic, weaving through lanes, but the SUV kept pace, matching every turn. When I finally lost it, my hands shook too badly to grip the wheel. That night, I combed through every app, every account, searching for breaches. Nothing. Then my doorbell rang. A deliverman with a package I hadn't ordered. Inside was a child's hair ribbon, faded pink, smudged with something dark. A notie. You shouldn't have thrown it away. I called my friend Mara, voice cracking. I'm losing it, I said. She offered to stay over, but when she arrived, she lingered in the doorway, staring at the ribbon. This looks like never mind. Her smile was too tight. Let's just watch a movie. Halfway through the film, my phone buzzed. AirTag detected near you. The map showed it moving inside of my apartment. Mara was in the bathroom. I crept to her purse, guilt clawing my throat, and found a second AirTag taped under the lining. My breath vanished. She emerged, face blank, holding the ribbon. You weren't supposed to find that one either, she said. I backed toward the kitchen, gripping a knife. Why? She tilted her head, almost pitying. You're interesting when you're scared. I lunged for the door, but she tackled me, her nails drawing blood. We crashed into the hall, screaming, until neighbors spilled out. Mara vanished. The police found her car stuffed with photos. Me at the gym, me buying coffee, me crying in my car. But they never found her. 3 weeks later, I moved cities, changed my name, bought a new phone. Tonight, as I unlock my new apartment, something crunches underfoot. A shattered AirTag, battery missing. My phone buzzes, AirTag detected near you. Outside the window, headlights flash twice. A black SUV rolls past, slow and deliberate. Under my windshield wiper flaps a note. The ink smeared by rain. You're still interesting.